When last we saw Brian and Chelsea, they passed their plumbing inspection and were riding that high, confident that the solar and electric inspections would go the same way. Needless to say, they didn't. The winters at 10,000 feet of elevation in the Rocky Mountains are difficult, but that's heightened even more when battling Arctic temperatures to install inverters and generators to satisfy bureaucratic requirements. And the motivation to move forward day by day towards completion feels meaningless when you get a terminal diagnosis in your family. But move forward you must, because the only way out is through. Despite a bleak holiday season and New Year, progress crawled forward once more. Finally, on February 5th, 2025, Brian and Chelsea were awarded their certificate of occupancy from Custer County, Colorado.
You smile on my face, you wonder what that's for. So we got one minor fix on the panel, tiny fix, I didn't even think about it. And we're done. We're done with the electric. We're free.
Just like the light returns as we move forward from winter to spring, so did the feelings of living life for pure enjoyment, unburdened by the necessity to build for one's survival. Trips were taken, new hobbies discovered, and the great expanse of an unknown future brightened once more with all the possibilities where they can line up their stars.
If you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that having the right tools for the job makes a big difference in how effectively you can get your work done. And this is true for your work gear as well. That's why we're excited to share a pair of work socks that we've personally tested and can vouch for here on the channel. Yes, socks. Socks are the unsung heroes of your work wardrobe. We've been wearing Camel City Mill work socks for months now, and the best accolade we can say about them is that you don't even notice you're wearing them at all. We've worn them during long days working on the house, hiking, strength training, running, walking the dogs, and traveling. With the wool blend on 90% of the sock, your feet don't get all sweaty and hot, even if you're working 14-hour days. And nylon reinforcement on the heels and toes means Camel City Mill gives you a 10-year durability guarantee. If you get a hole in your socks, they'll replace them. And did we mention they're made right here in the US? For friends of the channel, you can get a pair for 10% off with the code LUTS10. That's LUTS 10. Just click the link in the description box below to check them out for yourself. Now, on to Chapter 2. Now that you guys have seen what the house has been up to over the last few months, we also thought we'd share some ideas that we have for the summer and one area of the property that's been pretty neglected, I would say, this entire time. And that is the area in the center of the driveway circle. And yes, that is the official name. We do not have a better name for it. What are our plans for that?
Well, we're going to start off with some garden beds because we love fresh food.
Fresh food. So good.
Oh my gosh. Your carrots you made last year were just like last few years have been amazing.
Homegrown carrots are amazing. So we're going to take it a step, forward into the future here. It's 2025. We're going to abandon the vegetable coffins that got turned into a proper vegetable bed on the side of the house last year. And we're going to create raised garden beds and put some time and energy into developing the soil there. So we really have more of a bountiful harvest this year. That'll probably happen around May, so we have the next couple months to clean up.
One thing that we'd like to do at some point, I don't know when it would be, and I don't know if it would actually be this year, is to build a greenhouse on that side too.
Yes.
We have another project that we'd like to do is actually start a deck out there instead of the one on the house. And we're not going to go through the mental gymnastics on how we got to that point, but this deck would be a little easier to build faster because I really want a place to smoke and grill this summer. And so if it happens this summer, awesome. If not, hopefully next summer. On top of that, we even want to put a potential sauna for the winter.
Yes.
For different reasons. If anyone who frequents a sauna, then you know the benefits of it. And if you don't, then I think you should try it sometime.
So many health benefits from using a sauna in the winter.
Yes.
And just making this more of a multi-seasonal place that can be used versus just in the summer, even though the summers are super nice here. If you live here, you know. And then finally, we have a tentative plan to also, in this area of the property, build a double office for Brian and I. And if you hear that and you're like, wait, don't you already have an office? Yes, but it's really only for one person. And we have plans to expand upon our newfound construction abilities to build something that meets the needs of both of us a little bit better.
Yes, so this kind of moved into this gradually. I think at one point it was just going to be like a shed or maybe even a garage, but this kind of makes sense for now. We're going to lean on that, but we'll see when it happens. It might even just be a giant shed where we store stuff.
Which would also be super helpful.
Very helpful.
So that's kind of the plan for out there. Obviously things will change, as you guys know. We sometimes are like, yeah, this is what we're doing, and then we get into the practicality of building it and things change as they need to. So hopefully you'll see us working on that this summer. Get excited. This channel started as a way to chronicle the major turning point in our lives of leaving the big city and life as we knew it to start this grand adventure. Over the past 3 years, we sold our house, moved into an RV, relocated to the other side of the country, and turned raw land into an off-grid homestead. Not everything is complete, and we have big plans for future projects. But inevitably, as we've transitioned from moving and building to living, we've accepted that for this channel to continue, things will have to change. We'll continue to share projects we are working on, but we also want to share more about what life is like on the mountain. Although we've always had a certain interest in learning how to do more things ourselves, we finally have the time to do it now. Things like homemade pasta making, brewing kombucha, gingerbread teas, growing mushrooms, tending to the orchard, learning and making new recipes. These are all now a major part of our lives. We hope to share more of that with you all going forward, including the much awaited and overdue What Happened with Our Solar System video. What will the next video be about? Besides the solar one I just mentioned? You'll just have to like, subscribe, and tune in next time on Line Out the Stars.
Yeah, this was fun watching them install it.
When it didn't have to be.
Yeah, that was the best part. We'll stick to those when it doesn't have to be me installing things.